Hey guys, it's ViewMasters Reactions, and we're back with episode 1 of Obi Wan Kenobi. I don't know whose idea it was to put Stranger Things season 4 after 3-year break and Obi Wan Kenobi on the same night. Both of these shows dropped at 3 a.m. my time. I set an alarm, I overslept because my phone died, and I got up at 5 o'clock. I just finished an hour-and-a-half episode of Stranger Things. I go to jump into this, and I'm going to edit this part up first. The first part has a 5-minute recap of Obi Wan Kenobi, so I'm going to throw that up first, let you guys know that I am aware Obi Wan Kenobi has dropped, and I'm in the process of watching it. I will have it edited on YouTube at some point this weekend, probably, but by the time I do Stranger Things and this, and then watch all the episodes, I don't know when I'm going to have time to do it. So if you want to see it, both episodes of Obi Wan Kenobi will be up in full unedited on Patreon by tomorrow. Maybe by tonight, probably by tonight, but just in case Stranger Things takes me longer and I got to edit a bunch of stuff, it'll definitely be up by tomorrow, in full unedited, both episodes. Stranger Things might be a little longer because there's 7 episodes and it's like, I don't know, a lot of time. Either way, I saw there's a 5-minute recap. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to do the 5-minute recap separately so we all get what is going to be going on. I mean, we know what is happening, but I feel like the recap will show us specific events that will lead up to where the show is going. There's a lot of ways the show could go. We saw trailers. We have an idea. We saw a young Luke Skywalker. We know things that are going to be involved, but I feel like the recap will really zone in and focus on those specific events more so. Either way, let's just jump in. We'll talk more at the end. You guys want to see more of what I do? Full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons out of what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. There are dozens of shows over on Patreon you'll never see on YouTube. I don't have the time to edit everything. It takes forever. I am one man, but go check it out. Link at the end. If not, Obi Wan Kenobi episode 1 recap. Disney Plus. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. My God, I already got the chills.
You refer to the prophecy of the one who will bring balance to the Force.
Samuel Jackson.
You believe it's this boy?
Oh my God. It's so like
Skywalker?
nostalgic.
Meet Obi Wan Kenobi.
Clouded this boy's future is.
The boy is dangerous.
Impossible to take out a second.
Obi Wan is ready.
I am ready to face the trials.
Promise me you will train the boy.
Yes, Master. I gave Qui-Gon my word.
Your apprentice, Skywalker, will be.
It's Attack of the Clones.
Obi Wan is a great mentor. And as powerful as Master Windu.
You are the most gifted Jedi I have
Plo Koon is one of my favorite.
I want more. And I know I shouldn't. How do you know the ways of the Force?
It's a great recap. I'm like,
My mentor taught
I
me
know what's
everything
gonna
about
happen
the
and I'm in.
Force.
It looks so good. They must have
I
remastered it.
save Padme.
I found a way to save you.
Twisted by the dark side, young Skywalker has become. The boy you trained, gone he is.
We're gonna see him
not kill
slice up some younglings.
It's over, Anakin!
I want to see where the recap ends. That's what I'm curious. Where the recap ends?
Darth Vader.
Obi-Wan, there's good in him.
Oh my God, this is like chills. 20 years and we get a continuation.
The children must be kept.
We must take them somewhere where the Sith will not sense their
Jar
presence.
Jar.
My wife and I will take the girl.
I'm getting so many chills. My heart is racing.
And what of the boy?
To Tatooine. To his family send him.
I will take the child and watch over him.
Training I have for you. Your own master. How to commune with him. I will teach.
They threw in there Joel Edgerton. That was amazing, guys. Honestly, way better than I imagined. The music, the way they edited that whole thing together, amazing. They even at the end there showed us that Joel Edgerton is going to be Uncle Owen. I said 100 times, I never looked into the IMDb because I don't want to get any cameos or anything spoiled. So right off the bat, trailer number 1, we saw Joel Edgerton there. He looked like he was Owen Lars, Uncle Owen. We had Aunt Beru. So what did they do? They took scenes from the movie. They took Ewan McGregor. I mean, there were a lot of scenes in there, maybe not a lot of scenes, but there were scenes in there that were not from the prequels. They put a lot of editing tricks in there where it looked like it matched, and it did match very well. But in the end there, that scene with Joel Edgerton obviously wasn't from the prequels. That was 20 years ago. Joel Edgerton, I don't even know if he was acting 20 years ago. I remember the first thing I saw Joel Edgerton in was Warrior. And that was probably about 15 years ago. Either way, they didn't have Joel Edgerton as Uncle Owen 20 years ago. I like how it matched up though. What I'm curious is, was that some sort of like photo tricks, or was that current day Ewan McGregor actually refilming a scene as if it is in the prequels? Because I'm assuming that's what it was. Being as Ewan McGregor still looks pretty damn good for his age, you could de-age him slightly if needed. So I don't know how they did that last scene, but oh my God, the whole thing was beautiful. The way the music did and everything. I haven't seen the prequels in a very long time. It might be 10 or 15 years since I've seen the prequels. I was one of the people who lined up outside the theater like a day or two before. I remember this is before you could pre-buy tickets and they didn't have reserved seating. I feel like I camped out for several days. It is so long ago now, I cannot remember exactly. But I remember lines outside of Manville Theater that wrapped around the parking lot and down the street. And me and like 5 or 6 of my friends literally camped outside to get tickets and then waited in line so you get good seats. You couldn't reserve seats, so we waited in line so you could get good seats for hours and hours, maybe days. I'm not even exaggerating. That is what we had to do back in the day. 20 years ago, this is what you did. But that was giving me all the feels. Based on what you had to do to see this movie opening night and based on how I experienced it, I was getting all sorts of feels just watching that. That is amazingly well done. And now we get to jump in to Obi Wan Kenobi. What do I think is going to happen? This is what I was thinking when we started watching that. I didn't even think of this until they showed it in the recap, and I said that the recap might give us ideas of what we're going to see. They showed Jar Jar Binks. I didn't think at all. I didn't even think once about Jar Jar Binks being in this. My mind didn't go there. I'm thinking like Anakin. I'm thinking Luke Skywalker as a young kid. I'm thinking possibly having Han Solo in it, or Boba Fett in it, or Darth Maul is probably likely to be in it. I can't imagine Darth Maul wouldn't be in this, so I'm assuming he's going to be in it. But I started thinking, oh my God, I never even thought about Jar Jar Binks. Jar Jar Binks is probably going to be in this show. And how would he look, and how, I don't know, what has happened to Jar Jar Binks? I'm pretty sure we don't really know much of him in the world of canon movies and television shows. I don't think we've ever seen Jar Jar Binks again, unless I'm mistaken. I know we saw him in Clone Wars and stuff like that, but in live action, I don't think we've ever seen Jar Jar Binks again. Either way, that got me thinking like it could be that. I also think there's a chance that Han Solo could pop up in this. Even though this is Luke Skywalker as a kid, Solo showed Darth Maul, and Darth Maul is connected to Obi Wan Kenobi. And I'm not talking Harrison Ford Han Solo. I mean Alden Ehrenreich Han Solo from Solo. Or I guess they could do a young Harrison Ford, de-age him. I don't know. I'm just thinking of the things that could possibly happen, but let's just jump in. I want to see. I'm so excited. I've waited all day. The sun is rising. It's 7 a.m. You guys want to be way ahead, full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons that are what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. If you guys are seeing this on YouTube, odds are episode 1 of Obi Wan Kenobi is already up in full on Patreon, maybe episode 2. But the edit for YouTube is going to take me at least a day or two. So I put this out to let you guys know I'm on top of it. And it will be on Patreon as soon as I'm done watching it. So check the link in front for Patreon. If not, comments down below, like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.